Welcome to Keranos, God of Storms. Hope you're excited. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, not too. I mean, if we had one more land, I would love to keep on this one. Let's go on Mulligan. Not super excited about that. Island, Flooded Strand, Pongify on Azusa. That's going to be one land drop. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. We've got Magus of the Wheel. Steam Augury. Yeah, we're going to put that on top. Hopefully the land drop after that. We can get the Failwar Stone down, which kind of put us towards that. But yes, welcome to Keranos, God of Storms. Hope you're excited. See your opponent's going to get down. Then I'll cover our commanders in just a second. See if they're just tapping it. There we go. Green Sun Zenith for 0. It's going to be a nice Dryad Arbor on the battlefield. Okay. Let's get the land down. Let's go for the Flooded Strand. Then we rip into that Steam Augury. Anything else? No, we don't want a 3-3 beat stick coming across. That's not going to be... I thought about going for Pongify on Dryad Arbor, but that's going to be a pretty good clock against us. We're playing Keranos, God of Storms. Indestructible, Devotion 7 turns into a... Yeah, Devotion 7 turns into a creature. Then reveal the first card you draw on each of your turns whenever you reveal a land card this way. And let's go to get this popped out. And they're going to be able to start making some extra land drops. See if they have any extra lands out of the hand. Opponent's going to go for Oath of Nissa. Let's go ahead and crack the Flooded Strand in response to that. I think I'm okay with actually popping the Azusa on this one. Hopefully we should be able to find something after that. Let's go and go for Pongify. It's going to get 3-3 Beast token. We'll get the island down. We'll get the Failwar Stone. That might be our undoing, but we can simply just get down Magus of the Wheel and trade with that, and I'll be a-okay with that. At least we're going to stop our opponent from getting any sort of extra land drops down onto the battlefield. Now with Keranos, so whenever you reveal a land card this way, draw a card. Whenever you reveal a non-land card, Keranos deals 3 damage to target creature or target player. Playing gets Azusa, Lost But Seeking. She always knows where she's going, though, because she makes all those extra land drops. You may play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. And see your opponent revealed off of that Nissa flip. It's going to be a Myriad Landscape. Okay. Draw to another island. Let's go and get the island down. Let's go for the Failwar Stone. That's going to be 1 and 2. Then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We're going to be able to get the island down next turn. We will be online for Steam Augury, but more than likely, just to stop that monkey token from running across. The thing that's always made me laugh about this particular monkey token is that it does have, it appears to be wearing some sort of necklace that has been ripped, or it's running and it's ripping. And I don't know, I've just always thought that was very interesting. But long story short, we can get down Magus of the Wheel and chump block on that monkey, and then we'll be good to go from there. Opponent's going to get on the Excavator. At this point right now, they don't really have any sort of really heavy land destruction, especially with the Excavator out there, so I think we'll be okay, at least at this point right now. All right, let's see what we draw into. Draw into Manamo. Let's go to get the island down. Yeah, I think I like that. Do we going to go for Steam Augury? That's going to be 6 coming across next turn, puts us down to 19. Yeah, I think I like going for that. We can go for Steam Augury. You're going to basically Steam Augury, if you're not familiar with it. It's like a Fact or Fiction, except you get to put it, you split it up into 2 piles, and then your opponent gets to put 1 in your hand, and the other pile goes into your graveyard. So it's just kind of like another take on the actual Fact or Fiction itself. All right, opponent's going to go for the Landscape Activation. Search your library for 2 basics, the share lane type, and then put them onto the battlefield. Okay, get 2 snow-covered forests, and then we'll go and jam this Steam Augury whenever we get that going. So we're going to be swinging it for 6, and let's see if we can't stir something else out of that. Let's go and go for that Steam Augury. That's going to be red, double blue, and then Failwar Stone for green. Reveal the top 5 cards of our library. We're going to put those into 2 pile. Oof, not the best. Let's see how we want to split this one up. Let's go Ristic Study. Let's get that down. I guess as far as whatever pile we want, that's going to come into play tap, which you're going to be okay with. We can get the Ristic Study. I feel like this is probably going to be the best value package. I would assume that's what they're going to put in the graveyard, so we're going to be okay with the Ristic Study. Yeah, I like splitting it up like this. I'm okay with that. Let's split up, see which pile they're going to get put into the hand. It's really strange doing the Fact or Fiction from our side of the table, trying to anticipate what our opponent's going to do. Okay, there they go. They do put the Ristic Study in our hand, which I'm okay with. And then we do get the Wandering blue-red land, too. All right, super draw on 2. Let's go ahead and get that down. Draw into Spire Bluff Canal. It's going to enter the battlefield tapped pretty much no matter how we do that. Let's go ahead and get down the... Let's go for Magus of the Wheel. That's going to be red, Failwar Stone, 1 for 1 blue. Let's go and get Wandering down. That was going to come into play tapped. And then anything else, we're going to pass the turn. Now, our opponent is sitting at 4 cards in the hand. Let's see if they're going to go show for it. They did get the landscape down, so they can go for that too. Outside of this, we're going to make the land drop next turn. If we want to, we can go for Keranos. More than likely, we might end up going for Keranos. That's going to put them on having some sort of exile target enchantment effect to really deal with it. And if we can start to get those flips to go our way, we can really start attacking some of these creatures on the board. Ooh, opponent's got Mindslaver. Okay. As far as that goes, yeah, I think We'll be able to survive our Mindslaver turn. All right, Monkey's going to swing in. Let's go ahead and trade with the... Oh, dang it. I meant to go for the monkey trade on that one. Let's go and get down Manamo. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total mana. What are we going to go for? Actually, now that I think about it, if opponent's going to go for Mindslaver, we do have Disallow in the hand. Let's do this. Let's go for Ristic Study. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. We can go for the counter target activated ability off that Mindslaver. And then, yeah, I like that a lot. And actually, if something does happen to Magus the Will, we can go for the activation if we can leave it up for some reason. But simply going for Disallow counter target triggered ability is going to allow us to get out from underneath that Mindslaver, especially if they're going to spend 4 mana going for that. Okay, opponent's going to go for Sylvan Library. See if they're going to pay for that Ristic Study or not. More than likely they will. They've probably got more than enough mana for that. But that's what makes Disallow such a good card in Commander, and especially since they basically reprinted Void, I think it's Void Slime, but made it basically just colorless and then double blue. With the Disallow counter target triggered ability, there's just going to be a lot of times where we can really catch some good stuff like that. Let's go ahead and make the trade on the Magus. Do we want to do that? Each player discards their... Yeah, I'm okay with making that trade. Let's go ahead and make that trade. I meant to do it last turn. We could go for the discard activated ability off Magus of the Wheel, but I really like making that trade on that one because they've got 3 cards in the hand and a lot of open mana, and as much as it would benefit us, I'm not entirely sure that's exactly what we're going to go for. Okay, so we're going to see the Mindslaver trick. Let's go and go for the, the activation. Let's go and go for Disallow on that one. Counter target activated ability. Now it's going to put them in spots where they're looking at a 2/3 and a 1/1. We get down Keranos this turn, drawn to Chromox. Okay, let's do this. Let's go and go for Keranos, God of Storms. That's going to be green, and then tap out for red, and then tap out for 1 more. Now we're only sitting at about 3 devotion at this point. Let's go and get down the Spire Bluff Canal, and then anything else. Now we're going to go and pass the turn. All right, so if we do get lucky off the Keranos flip, we're going to be able to take care of the Excavator out there. At this point right now, the only thing that we're really watching out for is our opponent. If they start to go really aggressive with Sylvan Library, which they probably are after we counter that Mindslaver, we're going to have to watch out for some sort of big Eldrazi threat. We're getting in the range now of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're looking about 8 mana, and we are getting into Eldrazi range outside of that. But at least once we get the Keranos trigger flip, we can start targeting some of the Excavators and different stuff like that. And we still have the Ristic Study tax to go for. Now, the good thing is that we do have Pyromancer's Goggles in the hand, which is just, you know, late game like this, if you can rip into something like a Prophetic Bolt, you're getting to cast that a bunch of times. Oh, that's some good magic right there. Okay, and they do pay for that Ristic Study trigger, and they're going to get the Wild Growth down on that. Now, I've played against this player before. I've never interacted with them, but I will say this, that they have an absolutely beautiful deck. I'm not a huge foil person, but... yeah, I mean, if you're a Magic player, you still got to... there's been times I go to a Magic tournament, somebody's playing a completely foiled out deck, and I'm just like, oof, okay, all right there, buddy. It's got a good-looking deck. The only deck that I've ever thought about completely foiling out was going to be my Mindcrank deck for Modern, and I don't know, maybe one day if I win the lottery or something, but it's something that had always popped in my head that I wanted to do, and it just, you know, because sometimes when you're playing, like when I play Mindcrank at a Modern event, you get some people that just kind of look at you like, oh, okay, this person doesn't know what they're doing, they're playing this sub-tier deck or something like that, which it is a sub-tier deck, but you can be a pretty good pilot at it and still do good in Modern. But I figured having it all foiled out would definitely be a good way to show them, like, hey, what's up? Let's have some fun. Oh, it reminds me, I can forget who it is, but somebody on the Modern event series, that's very vague what I just said, but I've seen them play in different Grand Prix. There we go. All right, opponent's going to go for Dust Bowl off that destroy target non-basic land. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. We still have Chromox in the hand, so we can definitely go for that. And we're looking at the Excavator kind of swinging in for 2 coming across. But anyway, they have the the Taking Turns deck, and it's completely foiled out, and it's like tripled sleeve, which is just absolutely insane. All right, so we draw into Talrand. Let's go and get down the Wooded Foothills. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can exile the Chromox if we want to, but I think if we get down Talrand, yeah, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to keep us 1 away from going for that. I still like going for Pyromancer's Goggles, I think, on this one. Yeah, I like going for that. That's going to give us the biggest high impact off of this. Let's tap the Spire Bluff Canal and tap down Manamo. than anything else. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're simply just going to go hold on to Talrand and Chrome Mox. Maybe we can get lucky off the Keranos trigger and get an extra card in the hand. Especially if our opponent's going to be extra aggressive with the Sylvan Library, then that might kind of help us out, kind of burn it out. But yeah, so as far as that guy, they have a taking turns. Like, if you don't know what the deck is basically it's just they use exhaustion to kind of make sure your lands don't untap, and they keep going turn after turn after turn, getting extra turns. And it's funny because whenever they unbanned Jason Modern, that was one of the decks that definitely had a pretty good benefit from it. Who would have thought that Mono Blue taking turns would be the sole beneficiary of Jason the Mind Sculptor unbanning? Uh-oh, we got some Eldrazi coming down. Let's see. But anyway, that person, there we go. We got Ulamog coming out. Okay, let's see if they're going to pay for that Rhystic Study trigger off Ulamog as they exile 2 permanents. Let's see what they're going to take off this one. They're going to go for the Keranos and Pyromancer's Goggles, and we'll see if they pay for that one. So that will be pretty devastating on that one. We do get into spots where we can get down Talrand and maybe kind of get some Drakes going, but unfortunately with Ulamog exiling our library, we're sitting at 80, or technically 79, 78 once we go for the Wooded Foothills crack. That's really going to do a number on us. So Ulamog is definitely feeling his presence on the battlefield. Let's go and get the Steam Vents in. Not going to pay 2 on this one. And we'll see. Hopefully we can maybe kind of luck into something next turn. All right. Opponent's going to be swinging in for 2. It's going to put us down to 11. And we'll see what we have to show for it. Now, something like, even like Cyclonic Rift would help us, but it's really not going to help with Ulamog. We'd almost need Cyclonic Rift into some sort of exile style effect or shuffle effect. Let's go Shivian Reef. I'm just going to get down Talrand. That way we just simply don't die to combat damage. Get down the reef, and we're going to go and pass the turn. But kind of bringing it all full story is, long story short, when you play against a completely foiled out deck, I'd like to know my win percentage against a completely foiled out deck, but in this case, I know this particular Azusa deck, because I recognize it because it's foiled out, is I have a horrible winning condition. I always get just stomped by it. Typically, it's just Eldrazi into Azusa into some Eldrazi. But anyway, that guy's deck is and it's funny because he has it triple sleeved, and so it looks like a commander deck when he's out there playing. But hey, that's some good magic right there. All right, so we got Ulamog swinging in. That's going to be 10 coming across. Exile the top 20 cards of our library. We're going to have to at least chump block with Talrand on this, the Excavator, just to kind of stop it from coming across. But at this point right now, I think both of our front tires have been shot out on this one. So we're still trying to drive this vehicle to a win, but it's... we'll see if we can get it going. Target legendary creature gets +1/+1. Oh yeah, 11 off the Ulamog. So either way, it's not going to... Oh, didn't even miss that one. Anyway... You can see where mono green like that can really get kind of crazy in there. See where we were ripping into. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of burn spells. That would have been nice, but at least we did stop the Mindslaver off that disallow. That was a small little victory for us. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.
All hail Hypnotoad. He is almighty and ever-knowing. He's even your spiritual guide on your journey to eternity. Hope you're excited. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, this looks good. We have Blighted Woodland, we have Eyeline of Blossoms. Hopefully hit the land drop. We do it in Growthy and Enchantress. Yes, I like it. We'll keep on this one. I'd like to have a second land in there, but if we can land a Sky Shrouded Claim, I feel really good about this one. Let's get the Gitrog popped up, and we're playing against Maelstrom Wonder. Okay, should make a good matchup. I always like playing against Maelstrom. It's a little bit, you get to late game. Not that fun as they're getting all that cascade action going, but there's usually a lot of setting up, getting the Wanderer down on the battlefield, and we have a lot of setting up to do with the Gitrog Monster, so I always welcome that time. It's always fun to get to do that. We're playing the Gitrog Monster, Mr. Hypnotoad himself. So, Death Touch, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice the Gitrog Monster unless you sacrifice a land. Then you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever one or more land cards are put in your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card. Let's go and crack the Catacombs. Let's go and grab that Overgrown Tomb, have it come into play tapped. Post going to crack Arid Mason in response. Let's go and grab that. Where are you? Overgrown Tomb. Coming to play tap. Not going to pay 2 on that one. And let's see what we draw into. Keep our fingers crossed for that beautiful land drop. Come on, land. Let's go land. Trust in Gitrog. Let's see. Do we hit it? Dakmor Salvage. That is a land, and I will definitely take it at this point. But we can't get down Courser of Krufix. So let's do this. Let's get down the Blighted Woodland. Let's go for a Growthy and Enchantress. It's going to be green and then colorless. Anything else, kick it back over there. Playing against Maelstrom Wonder, the man who rides on a horse with no name. Creatures you control have haste, and then Cascade. So whenever they cast a spell, they're going to exile cards from the top of their library until something costs less, and then they get to cast that spell for free. A lot of fun. Always enjoy playing. I don't have a Wanderer deck, but I have Yidris, which is essentially same thing in a roundabout way. Just you're attacking it from a different angle, but it's a lot of fun to get that going. All right, so let's go and get the Dakmor Salvage down. Yeah, that's going to be good. It's better than nothing at this point. Get down Dakmor Salvage. Just go and push in for nothing because the Growthy and Enchantress can't really do anything. Now, normally I would swing in with our utility creature My opponent does have 2 mana up, so just in case they do flash in some sort of creature, we're not going to swing in with the Growthian Enchanter. So, you know, it's fun every once in a while to let the utility creatures kind of go out there and play at the park, swing into the red zone, if you can make it work. But not with 2 mana up. We can be a little more careful than that. And then Heroic Intervention. Now, here's the downside. Unfortunately, that Growthian Enchantress does have Shroud, so we're not going to be able to put these enchantments on there. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So at this point, we just need 1 more land. We'll be able to get down Sky Shroud Claim, kind of go from there. Hopefully, we can get down Courser of Crewfix, and we'll have the top card of our library revealed, and we can start playing those lands off of that and start making our land drops and then going from there. But yes, welcome to Gitrog, Hypnotoad. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't seen Gitrog before, Gitrog, this is Frog Enchantress, Frog Voltron. We're trying to get as many cards, many Enchantress pieces onto Gitrog and turn it sideways and just have a ton of fun. All right, opponent's going to go for Acidic Slime. Let's see if they target off this one. We're going to have that Heroic Intervention, just good counter spell. Love Heroic Intervention, so good. They gain Hexproof and Indestructible. There we go, Acidic Slime. Now it's just a 2/2 body, and we still have all of our lands, which is the main thing important. So, once again, let's keep our fingers crossed that we hit another land. Let's see if we hit it. Come on, Ghost Quarter. That's going to get it done. I'll take it. Let's get the Ghost Quarter down. Let's go for Sky Shroud Claim. And, oh, man, love it. Get the Sky Shroud Claim going. Now, as far as how much mana they've got, let's go ahead and grab the Bayou, and let's go ahead and grab... We could go for, I was just about to say, we could go for the Dryad Arbor to get that down. Unfortunately, I just kind of snap-clicked on something really quick. But if we want to, we can go Fist of Ironwood on Acidic Slime, and that's going to allow us to get an extra card draw. I think I like that. Let's go Fist of Ironwood, and then we're going to be able to get 2 creature tokens off of that. So that's going to be okay. I'm okay making that trade. Drawn to Cursed Flesh, okay. So Fist of Iron, we're going to give that Acidic Slime some good little Iron Fist in there. That would be pretty scary. It actually makes a really good Dungeons & Dragons character if you think about it. An Acidic Slime ball with some big old like Hulk, those toy Hulk punching things made out of wood. All right, so get a couple sapling tokens on the battlefield. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. So we got the Sky Shroud Claim down. That really opened our mana up. Feel a lot better about that. We're going to be able to cast Courser of Crewfix next turn. If we hit another green source, we'll be able to get down Eidolon Blossoms too. So depending on how we sequence that, we'll be able to get some good stuff going. And then we'll get down Gitrog and start going from there. Now, I did add a few new cards to the deck. And actually, I don't know if I covered this last time I did Gitrog. We did add Journey to Eternity. And there's a new, fresh off the presses, a new card added to the deck, Fugitive Druid. And that was somebody suggested it this morning. And I was like, oh, give it a shot. We're going to put that one in there. Do you want to trade on these sapling tokens? No, we're okay. You can get it for 2. Put us down to 27. Just in case something happens to where we need to start ripping some of the enchantments out of our hand, I'd like to have a few tokens onto the battlefield. Now, our opponent did get down a Gilded Lotus. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they will be online for the Maelstrom Wanderer. So we got to watch out for that. Hopefully we can survive it. It's just a 7/5. Opponent's going to get down the Sylvan Library. Okay. Now, if we do go for Gitrog, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to be able to tap out for that. We'll see what we kind of go for off of that. We draw into Fortitude. Okay. Let's do this. Let's see. I'd like to get as much card draw as possible. Let's go for Courser of Crewfix. We did not make the land drop for the turn, so we're going to have to go for that. Ghost Quarter, get down Courser of Crewfix. Courser of Crewfix is an enchantment, so we're going to get a card draw off that. Hopefully we hit a green source. We'll be able to get down Eidolon Blossoms. Ooh, wonderful. Hit a Misty. I like that. And we'll see what's on the top card of our library before we go for that. Boar Umbra. Let's do this. Let's get the Misty down. Let's go ahead. We're going to gain 1 life. We're going to put us up to 28. Let's go ahead and crack the Misty. Shuffle away that Boar Umbra. We'll be able to grab... We'll grab another forest on this one. Grab that forest. Come into play. We're going to gain an additional life. Creeping Renaissance. Let's go ahead and go for Eidolon of Blossoms. We'll be able to get another card draw off of that. So we have 1, 2... We're going to draw an additional card, and then whenever Eidolon enters the battlefield, we're going to get another card draw off of that, too, additionally. Draw into that Alpha Authority, which is going to be really good for us to go for. And then Fugitive, hey, there we go, Fugitive Druid. I love the art on it. It looks great. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So that's a pretty good little turn right there. We finally got some lands on the battlefield. We have a lot more enchantments to go for. If our opponent does want to go for the Maelstrom Wanderer with the Cascade, they might be able to kind of set some stuff up with the Sylvan Library. We do have to watch out for that. But what we can do is we can simply get those sapling tokens blocking on that Maelstrom Wanderer to kind of stop that damage from coming in. So if we can survive the initial Cascade triggers, maybe they just cascade into nothing into nothing and keep our fingers crossed, and we'll be able to get down Gitrog and then kind of go from there. Now, we do have Creeping Renaissance, so with Creeping Renaissance, we can actually name land off of that and return all of those back to our hands. We do have 2 fetch lands to go for, so that'll be a good thing too. And also, if we do sacrifice something like Ghost Quarter blowing up one of our opponent's lands, that'll allow us to get an additional card draw off Gitrog. We're definitely going to try and go for Gitrog if we survive this turn, in case things get a little bit nutty. But we'll see what's going on. But I love playing Gitrog. Gitrog is just one of those commanders that just always makes for a fun game. And you can really kind of build whatever you want with Gitrog. You can see what we've got going on now. Gitrog does typically lend more towards a land style deck. You need to have a lot of lands in there, so it will lend it'll make you a really good land style deck, something like Crucible of the Worlds, going for opponent's got Mindslaver, Academy Runes lock. All right, sorry, we're definitely gonna go for Ghost Quarter on Academy Runes. We don't want to be getting Adventure of Zendikar too, for each land that you control. Now that will be pretty brutal on that one. There's going to be 6 lands, City of Brass, and then we have the Maelstrom Wanderer coming down. All right, so that's a pretty big little turn right there. But we definitely need to take care of that Academy Runes, because they can simply just kind of loop that out from there. All right, so see if they're going to swing in with the Maelstrom Wanderer. And we got Avenger Zendikar swinging in too. All right, let's go Sapling Token on the Maelstrom Wanderer. And then get in for 5, puts us down to 23. Yeah, we're okay with that. Go for it. Okay, and then this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to have 7 total mana to go for with the Gitrog Monster. So we're probably going to go for that next turn. We can still sack a force off Fortitude to give it a little bit of protection if we need to do that. Let's go ahead and get the Woodland Cemetery off the top. We're going to gain a life off of that. It's going to put Canopy Cover on top of our library. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and go for Gitrog. Yeah, if we do that, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to take care of the Academy. Let's do that. Let's go for Gitrog. It's going to be 1, 2. Blighted Woodland, Dakmore Salvage. Get that down. Get down the Gitrog Monster. Let's go and go for... Let's go Academy Ruins on... Ghost Quarter on Academy Ruins. So we're going to get a card draw off of that. All right, they're going to be able to search your library for whatever they want. We do draw into that Canopy Cover. Let's go ahead and go for the Alpha Authority on the Gitrog Monster to make sure he's protected. Man, I think with that Mindslaver, it's going to be hard for us to kind of bounce back from that. Because what they can do is they can swing in with the whole crew. Let's go ahead and get the Temple of Malady down. We're going to gain a life. We're also going to get the Scry going too. And we're probably going to leave the Rogue's Passage on top. Gain 1 more life. And let's do this. Let's go ahead and go for... Because we need to... Our opponent, if they're going to go for Mindslaver, they're going to be able to go for Fortitude, sack a forest, and they can start sacking our forest out right now. So I'm trying to figure out if there's any way that we can... With the Cursed Flesh, unfortunately, it's going to be -1/-1, so we're not going to be able to sequence it that way. Let's do this. So let's go ahead and put the Fortitude... Yeah, because if they go for Mindslaver, they're going to be able to sack it out, but it's going to be a lot of card draw, so I guess it technically won't be the end of the world off of that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go for... We'll make them spend the mana on that next turn. Yeah, let's just go and pass the turn. Kick it over there. They will be able to go for the Mindslaver act. I was trying to figure out the best way to kind of pass the turn to our opponent whenever they Mindslaver us and take control of it. But if by leaving Fortitude in the hand, they're still going to have to sacrifice it. They have to put the Fortitude onto one of our creatures. If they do start sacrificing our forest, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll still have 2 more colored sources, 2 more green sources, and we'll still have Gitrog too to kind of go for. Okay, opponent does a Sylvan Library trigger. But yeah, I was just trying to reduce that much as possible. But you can see where you combine the card drawing engine with the Enchantress card drawing engine. It just makes for a really fun match. Get down Fortitude, we're going to get a card draw from the Agrothian Enchantress. We're going to get a card draw from Eidolon of Blossoms. Get that going, and then you combine that with something like Life from the Loam or a Dredge option. You really start filling your graveyard up. You have stuff like Creeping Renaissance, so let's say something does happen to all of our stuff on the battlefield, like enchantments, so we can name enchantments or lands off of the Creeping Renaissance and bring it back to the hand. Just makes for some really good redundancy and a lot of fun. Plus, one of the best enchantments to get on Gitrog is Frog Tongue. And actually, Gitrog, if you've been a fan of the channel, Gitrog has been a long time deck of mine that I've played. I've played it for a long time. In fact, I think it might have been the second commander that I ever built. I think the sequencing of it was I already had some commander decks pre-built. I built Arkham Bomb Squad. That was one of my first decks. And then I built Omnath Road Rage. That was one of my first official releases. And then Gitrog Hypnotoad, definitely within one of the top three, the first three decks that I ever built. All right, opponent's going to go for Cyclonic Rift. Return each non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand. That is going to bounce everything back. Yes, anything in response to that? Nope. Send it back. And that's going to be 4. That's going to be more than lethal right there coming across. So good game to our opponent. They didn't have to use Mindslaver setting it up. They just used something like Cyclonic Rift. And then there we go. All right. Yeah, probably going to go and post this up in some form or fashion. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.
Have a seat, have a seat. Welcome to the Church of Athreos. Hope you're excited for today's church service. As far as opening hand goes, yes, I love it. We have Dark Confidant in the hand. We have Liliana, the Sunday school teacher over here. And we have our very new parishioner to the church, Twilight Prophet. So that's always a lot of fun. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have to mulligan past 5. Then hopefully it looks like they're staying at 5. All right, that's good for them. Let's go ahead and get down the Concealed Courtyard. Anything else? Yeah, I love this hand. Yeah, we're going to go and pass the turn. Now that I keep looking at it, we've got Dark Confidant, Twilight. We've got Liliana, Extractor of Sin. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to sacrifice. We could get down. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, welcome to the Church of Athreos. We're playing Athreos, God of Passage. I'll cover him in just a second. Let's go ahead and get down the Ancient Tomb. And let's go and go for some card draw. Hopefully we don't reveal Razaketh off Dark Confidant. I'd like to get you out there. We are running Razaketh in here. So that is a possibility. But hey, you look at the flavor text on Dark Confidant, if you're not sure, it says greatness at any cost, and that's what we're going for. We're playing Athreos, God of Passage, indestructible. Devotion 7 turns into a creature. Then whenever another creature you own dies, return it to your hand unless target opponent pays 3 life. Opponent's going to get down a Mana Gorger Hydra. Now we need to take care of that because whenever a play, yeah, that has trample. We need to do something with that. Yeah, I'm going to kick it back over here. See what we reveal off Dark Confidant, but we definitely want to take care of that Mana Gorger Hydra. I played a few games where I'm just like, oh, it's just a little 3 mana 1/1, and the next thing you know, it's like a punch. All right, so we do find an answer. False Prophet. We can sacrifice. We need a sack outlet though, so hopefully we can find something off of that. But man, look at this whole crew we've got going on. Let's go and get the planes down. Now we are looking at 4 total mana for the turn. What's going to give us our best bet? We can't get down our double black spells. We can go for Athreos if we want to. We're a little far away from Devotion. Let's do this. Let's go for Elinda. I think I like that. Let's go for Linda. That's going to be black, white, and then 2 off the Ancient Tomb. They're going to be able to get a +1 counter on the Mana Gorger Hydra. Let's go and push in for 2 with Dark Confidant. I'd love to get the card draw going, but if we can somehow trade on this one, I'll be okay with that. All right, opponent's not going to take it. All right, so we're going to get in for 2, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. So we do have False Prophet. Whenever the False Prophet dies, exile all creatures. So if things get a little bit crazy, we're taking a lot of damage off Dark Confidant. We can still get down False Prophet and go for the Extractor of Sin, sacrificing that. Okay, we got the Mana Gorger Hydra swinging in for 2. Sorry, I had to mute the mic for a second and cough, and I didn't want to cough into the mic. All right, so we do reveal a Flood Strain off that, and we draw reveal. Ooh, that is wonderful, Vampire Hexmage. Let's go and get the Flooded Strand down. Let's go and crack the Flooded Strand. Let's go and grab that Scrub Land. And if we get that down, we can go for Vampire Hexmage and Extractor of Sin. And we don't necessarily have to sacrifice a permanent with the Extractor of Sin. Yeah, I like going for that. Let's go for Vampire Hexmage. It's going to be double black. We can get that down, and we should be getting super, super close to getting to Devotion for Athreos. Let's go and tap out on the Ancient Tomb. Get a +1 counter on the Mana Gorger Hydra. But we did draw into the Vampire Hexmage, so it's not really going to matter. No, we're not going to use that ability. We want to hold on to that at this point right now. And then do we want to swing in with a Linda? No, let's just go and pass the turn. We have that Lana War Elf. So it's going to be able to chump block on Dark Confidant or a Linda. And I like simply just passing the turn. Alright, so there's 3 counters in the Mana Gorger Hydra. Luckily with the Vampire Hexmage, we can sacrifice it to remove all counters from target permanent, which will be the actual Mana Gorger Hydra itself. So that's going to allow us to at least kind of stop getting attacked from that. Outside of that, we do need an official sack outlet. That's something that makes the Church of Athreos really happy. We need to find one of those. Oh, I just realized I never covered Roshin Meanderer. So we're playing against Roshin Meanderer. Tap, add 4 colorless stream mana pool. Spend this mana only on spells that contain X. So, there we go. I might be playing against some sort of red-green Hydras deck. I just got so excited about the Church of Athreos that we jumped right into it. So let's see if they swing in. If they do swing in, what we'll end up doing is sacrificing to get those counters on there. And then chump blocking with Dark Confidant. I think I like that. Let's go ahead and remove those counters from the Mana Gorger Hydra. We're going to get an additional counter on Alinda the Dusk Rose. And then let's go ahead and chump block with Dark Confidant. Yeah, we're at 17. We're taking a lot of Ancient Tomb. Yeah, I feel okay with that. We're going to get additional counter on Olinda. We're going to take care of the Hydra. We'll get 2 counters on there. Oh, yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. Anything else we're going to go past? Don't want to get too greedy with Dark Confidant and Ancient Tomb out there. I could feel the comments coming in, but I got way too aggressive. Let's go ahead and push in for 4. We do have that lifelink online. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're looking at 6 total mana. Let's do this. Let's go. We can get down Liliana and get down Athreos. I think that'd be good. Let's go and go for that. That's going to be 1, 2. It's going to be black, black. Let's go for Liliana. Tap out on the 1 colorless mana. Let's go and go for Athreos. It's going to be colorless, and then it's going to be black and then white. All right, and then Devotion is online for Athreos. So let's go and push in with Olinda. That's going to be a 4/4 body. We're going to gain that lifelink. It's going to allow us to kind of push us back up to 19 and kind of get ahead of that. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Okay, so we've got a really good church service going so far. We'll be able to get down Twilight Prophet. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once we get down Twilight Prophet, we'll actually have the city's blessing. So we'll be able to kind of get rid of the negative Dark Confidant and go for the positive Dark Confidant in revealing cards up the top of our library to get those to flip. All right, let's see what we roll into. And our opponent did get their commander down, so they are sitting in and sitting at 3 cards in the hand. Draw 2. This is a beautiful hand. Let's go ahead and go forward. Twilight Prophet. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And at this point right now, we're still going to go ahead and get down Blood Artist. I think I like that. Blood Artist would be a little bit better than Zulaport. That way, if something does happen to our commander or our entire board, it's going to count for our opponent's creatures too. Opponent's got a 4/4 commander. Do you want to swing in with the Linda? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go and swing in with the Linda, and let's go and swing in with Alinda and Athreos. And we're sitting at 2 card types in the graveyard for Extractor of Sin. So if we can get that to flip, that'll actually turn into another... they'll have the Vigilance on that one. We can start sacrificing some creatures. Okay, we're going to get the Lano War Elves chump block on Athreos. Potentially. We'll see. All right, not going to see it. Put them down to 16. We go to 21. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, something that I did add to the deck that's new, not new, but I ran it for a long time, but it was Reprocess. And with Reprocess, what it allows you to do is sacrifice your entire board, or mainly your entire board. You can choose whatever you want, but you can sacrifice any number of creatures, enchantments, or lands to draw that many cards. Now, if we draw into something like Reprocess at this point right now, that would be absolutely wonderful. We have Athreos down. We can sacrifice all these creatures and getting them into the graveyard, and then get those Athreos triggers. I'm just going to go for Vastwood Hydra. Enters the battlefield X counters. Whenever it dies, you may distribute those counters on any number of creatures you control. Okay, that's fine. It's going to be a 9/9. All right. Now, especially with the Linda sitting at a 3/3, once we get down Zulaport Cutthroat, we might be able to kind of go for an Aristocrat-style win, especially with this Twilight Prophet. Now, if we reveal Razaketh off this, draw into Evangel, and then draw into another Swamp. Okay, let's go ahead and get down the Swamp, and let's just dump these creatures out. I like that. Let's go for Zulaport. Let's go for the Evangel. Into the battlefield, you're going to gain 1 life. Actually, we should have sequenced that one just a little bit differently. Do we want to push into that Vastwood Hydra? Push into it. We can push into it with Athreos. Do we want Liliana to flip? This does not have trample. If we wanted to start going, we're going to be able to replace Liliana with a zombie. We have to get another creature to flip off of this. Let's do this. We're going to be able to swing in with Alinda, and then we're going to get Liliana to flip. That'll still keep us online for Devotion. We'll still get those creatures on the battlefield. I think I like this. Let's go and swing in with Alinda. Yeah, we're going to get that Blood Artist trigger. We're going to get the Zulaport trigger, and then we're going to get those creatures onto the battlefield. So even if they do chump block with Vastwood, we're going to be okay. All right, there we go. Go to 29. Opponent goes to 9. And then anything else, or no, we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, as far as new prisoners of the deck, we get to see how nice Twilight Prophet is in here. And in fact, as time has gone on, I've grown really attached to a lot of these the prisoners in the church, and I don't like cutting them. So it's very slowly. This is renewal. 3 basic lands put on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library, gain 7 life. Okay, but yeah. So as I make new cuts to the Church of Athreos, basically it's just kind of becoming more of a creature focused deck instead of like a I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, we're running like 40 creatures in here, and I love it. It makes the Aristocrats part a lot more fun. Okay, so opponent's going to scoop it up. They had the Vastwood Seer down, but we're going to be able to swing next turn. We're going to have the Twilight Prophet. In fact, let's see what the Twilight Westvale Abbey. That wouldn't have been too bad. But we do actually, now that I think about it, if we draw into Westvale Abbey, we can get Westvale Abbey down, pay that 5 mana, sacrifice some creatures. They are sitting at 16. But we're going to be able to get the Profane Prince online and be able to swing past that one. So once we get down Westvale Abbey, that'd have been a great way to kind of close the church service out. But anyway, that's it. If you enjoyed the church service, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Grenzo's Goons. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, not too wild about this one. We have Temple of the False God. Let's go ahead and mulligan. Ancient Tomb, Volrath, Stronghold into Urdborg. It's going to put us a little bit light on red mana. And in fact, if we don't really... that's a pretty clunky hand. If we just don't hit a red source, we don't really go anywhere that quick. Grenzo's basically built on getting it down on 2. Let's go one more mulligan. Yeah, we'll make this work. Got an all-length hand. All right, Smoldering Marsh. Just going to put that on the bottom right now. We have more than enough mana in the hand. And our opponent is on the play, so we're going to let them do their thing. We're playing against the Maelstrom Wonder. So it should be an interesting match. Let's see if they're going to get some stuff rolling. I don't want to hit that F6 button to where I cycle through my turn, so I'm going to go ahead and read. There we go. Get the message come across. Yo, hey, best of luck. There's sometimes where if you're waiting for your opponent to make their land drop and you hit the F6 button, sometimes it can be perfectly timed to where they make the land drop, and as you hit F6, it auto yields through your turn, and then you miss your first land drop. And I've been guilty of that in the past, and I don't want to do that again. So, anyway, I'm gonna wait for our opponent to make our land drop, and then I'll jump into our commanders. And our opponent just said this hand is kind of nuts, though. So, I guess we're excited about that. We'll see. Maybe we can start flipping some Grenzo out on the bottom. We'll get lucky off of that. We're playing Grenzo, the Dungeon Warden. Grenzo enters the battlefield with X+1 counters on it. We're pretty much always going to be tapping Grenzo for 2 in this particular deck. And then for 2 mana, put the top card of your library into your graveyard. If it's a creature card powered less than or equal to Grenzo's power, put it onto the battlefield. See what we draw into. And it's going to be a lantern. Let's go ahead and get down the Bloodstained Mire. That way we can grab a red-black source. In fact, let's go ahead and crack that. We're not playing a blue deck. We have to hold up any sort of counter magic, so we'll just go ahead and get this crack out of the way. Let's go ahead and grab a Canyon Sloth. I think that's good. Yeah, enters the battlefield tap. That'll work. Have that come into play. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing against the Maelstrom Wonder, the man who rides on a horse with no name. Creatures you control have haste, and then cascade. So whenever they cast a spell, they're going to flip cards until they find a spell that costs less, and they're going to be able to cast that for free. Opponent's going to go for Azusa, Lost but Seeking. They were not lying when they said they had a pretty good hand. Let's just hope that... outside of that, there's not really much else they're going to be able to go for as we go for Grenzo on turn 2 and look kind of silly. Let's get down the Dragon Skull Summit. At least we're going to be online for double Grenzo activations. So let's go and go for Grenzo. That's going to be black and a red. Click done. X will definitely be 0. And then we'll get Grenzo and his key out there, see if we can unlocking some of those dungeon cells. All right, we're going to go and pass the turn. But yes, if you've not seen Grenzo, Grenzo used to be a deck on my channel that I played a lot, like a long time ago. And then unfortunately, I was unhappy with my build and I stopped recording with it for a long time. And then I picked it back up about 2 weeks ago. And so, long story short, I kind of tweaked it just a little bit. It used to be a really heavy goblin build. And in fact, you can go pretty fun goblins. Oh, we get the Maelstrom Wonder in turn 3. What's up? Welcome to Commander. This can be a Coalition Relic. And then okay, Shardless Agent, it's not too bad. Get another Cascade off of that. And let's see if they're going to Rampant Growth. Okay. There's worse things that could have happened off that. If we can somehow get some blockers down, some extra creatures down, it's not the end of the world. But my old Grenzo build, it used to be all Goblin based. And you can build a really fun Goblin deck with Grenzo, especially when you get down Mana Echoes, to where basically you can just kind of draw your deck out. You enter the battlefield, you add colorless mana equal to the number of creatures you control like that. And then just go to town. It's a lot of fun. Let's go and get the Ancient Tomb down. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go ahead and just wait. We're going to go and pass the turn. We're going to, if they do swing in with the Maelstrom Wonder and the Shardless Agent, we'll go for double Grenzo activations, and then hopefully we'll be able to kind of stop them from coming across. We are keeping up just a little bit with their ramp, and I say just a little bit, I mean just barely. There's a lot of ramp over there for turn 4. But, and it's funny because whenever we play against the Maelstrom Wonder, I'm always just like, all right, we've got some time to set some stuff up. I always enjoy playing against it, even though late game it gets kind of a little bit hectic, but it's always enjoyable to play against them because they have a lot of setting up to do, but not when you get down to Azusa. Let's go and go for the Grenzo activation. That's going to be 1-2. And these are just going to be some blind fires. We have no clue what's on the bottom of our library, so we may whiff on these, we may get a really good creature. Who knows? All right. All right, we get the Abysmal Horror down. At least it's going to be a block on this one. And this is the kind of fun part about Grenzo's blind firing some of this stuff. I remember there was one time that I was playing against Riku, And we've ripped a Mindclaw Shaman. Get the Mancer too. Oh, look at those blind fire flips. We're getting lucky. Okay, so we're going to go for that. Deals damage equal to the number of non-basic lands. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be 4 lands up there. Put them down to 25. And if we draw into the Stylus, we'll be able to keep reanimating that. So let's go and chump block on the Wonder, and we'll go and chump block on Shardless Agent. Go and get that into the graveyard, because actually we want the Mancer. Anathea Mancer. I think that's how you say it. I might have rolled through that stop sign. And then let's go ahead and put the Horror into the graveyard and put the Mancer on top of it. There we go. All right. Once we get down the Crystal Vein, that will give us another activation off of, if we go for the Lantern, actually, it's going to be 1, 2, and then we'll still have 3 mana to put down the Mancer. So actually get into this weird holding pattern where we keep bringing the Mancer out and dealing that damage to our opponent, I think. Yeah, let's go and do that. So let's go ahead and get down the Swamp. Let's go and get the Lantern down. That's going to be 2 off the Ancient Tomb. Yeah, I like that. It's 2 off the Ancient Tomb. And then, yeah, we'll do that. Because that's going to be 5 a turn. That's going to give us a 5-turn clock till we can get some more stuff going. So let's just go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent. We're going to sit there with Grenzo and his key. And then we're going to go ahead and kind of go from there. But yeah, that's what makes it kind of fun, is you go for those Grenzo activations. You start activating, just blind firing off the bottom. And sometimes you get kind of lucky off stuff like that. Now, we are kind of dead to like a big... You know, let's say our opponent gets down Avenger of Zendikar or something like that. They draw into that. It's going to be really hard for us to bounce back from that. But at least we do have the loop of the... No, excuse me. We have to put it on the bottom and then pay for it to get it back out. Okay. So we'll end up doing that. We can chump block. That's going to be another 7 that's coming across next turn. Do we want to just simply just go ahead and put it on the bottom, or go ahead and go for that? That's going to be 7 coming across. Yeah, let's go ahead and... put that on the bottom. Let's put the Mancer on the bottom. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. We'll be able to get down Crystal Vein next turn. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 total mana. So we're just kind of setting it up for a chump block next turn. We do have to watch out for the Keranos, though. If Keranos goes for the activated build at 3 damage to Grenzo, it's not going to be that good for us, because they'll definitely be able to take care of Grenzo. Let's see. Draw into the Battle Master. Okay. Let's go ahead and get down the... We're going to go ahead and pass the turn. So we have the Mancer coming down. We can deal that damage up there. It's still looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Still sitting at 4 basic, non-basic lands at this point right now. But hopefully they'll go for that Keranos and not be able to deal that 3 damage. Either way, we're still going to be able to go for that Grenzo flip. And then we'll still be able to have a little bit of extra mana to kind of go for that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so they will go ahead and go for Grenzo activation. They will go for that Keranos trigger, excuse me. We're going to pay 2 off the Ancient Tomb. We're going to put that, get the Mancer down onto the battlefield, deal that damage. Oh, yes. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and go for another Grenzo activation. And that's Ashnod's Altar, and we'll go for 1 more activation. We did get pretty lucky hitting 2 creatures back to back. Let's see if we get lucky on this one too. Urborg. Okay, there we go. So we got the Mancer coming down. It's going to deal that damage, puts him down to 21. Keranos is going to take care of Grenzo. As far as next turn goes, we do have Thief of Blood, but there's not really a lot of counters out there. They do go for Oracle too, and they have haste. So that's going to be 7 coming across. We block on the Mancer. We'll see what we can get going next turn. At least with Grenzo, that activated ability. There we go. Let's go and block right there. Now we can get it down for 4 and still end up with at least 1 more activation. I don't think we have anything that's going to deal with the board like this. Grey Merchant. Okay. And we have really not a whole lot of devotion. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go and get down the Crystal Vein. Let's go for Grenzo. That's going to be black and a red, and then 1, 2 off the Crystal Vein. X is going to be 0. So we get down Grenzo. That's going to give us 2 more blind fires next turn. We'll wait for the Keranos trigger to force us to go for those activations. But at least at this point, we can get a few more creatures on the battlefield. You know, maybe we get lucky, runner, creature, and then we'll be able to go from there. Opponent's going to put the Shardless Agent on top, and that will be a non-land card. It's going to be 3 damage to Grenzo. Okay. So Shardless Agent is the reveal, even though we knew about it. Let's go ahead and go for the Grenzo flip. That's going to be 2 off the Ancient Tomb. And let's see if that's anything. At this point, you know, the Swamp's not going to do anything. I guess Siege Gang Commander would be good, because we end up with a lot of blockers on the battlefield. And then an Acuum Refuge. You game to our opponent. It's going to take care of Grenzo. We'll go and let them swing in. But that's what makes Grenzo fun. Kind of going for blind fire stuff, but I don't think I ever finished my Grenzo story. But long story short, it used to be goblins, and then I kind of changed it over to basically just kind of 2-power tribal, if you want to call it that. A lot of good stuff that has some good enter the battlefield triggers, and then a lot of fun stuff like that. All right, opponent's going to get down the Wild Growth, and they're going to be able to swing in. So we tried to hold off the man who rides on a horse with no name for a little bit, but they're going to get it on this one, and then put us down to 0. So there we go. Good game. Definitely enjoyed it. That was a quick, pretty quick little start to the Maelstrom Wonder. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.
Welcome to the Crypt of the Scarab God. Hope you're ready for some Reanimator. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. Halimar Depths, Darkslick Shores. We will keep on this one. Thirst for Knowledge, I will keep. There we go. Hope you're ready to get some Reanimator creatures onto the battlefield, and then we'll see if our opponent wants to mulligan past 6 or not, and then we will cover our commanders. Okay, opponent's going to keep at 6. So, we are playing the Scarab God, the Crypt of the Scarab God. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life, and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies that you control. Then for 4 mana, exile target creature card from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it except it's a 4/4 black zombie. Then whenever the Scarab God dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Let's go and go for the Halimar Depths, get that not Thry. I was about to say Scry 3, but it's technically not really a Scry 3. Let's go and go Traumatize. We'll go Shriek Maw, and then we'll go Night's Whisper on top. I like that a lot. We'll be able to draw those last 2 cards and hopefully start digging for some more lands. Playing is Krenko, Mob Boss. Mob Boss of all the goblins. Tap, create X/1/1 red goblin creature tokens, where X is the number of goblins that you control. There we go. Alright, our opponent makes a lane drop. They're going to get that 2nd red mana and go for Goblin Recruiter. Alright, so it enters the battlefield. Search your library for any number of goblin cards, reveal them, shuffle your library, and put them on top. So we're going to get the reveal zone, and then I'm going to go ahead and we'll see what they kind of reveal off the Goblin Recruiter. Okay, and they reveal Goblin Chieftain, Goblin King, and Zada, Hedron Grinder. Okay, got some nice goblins laid out before us. Hopefully, if we can rip into something like Living Death, kind of get rid of some of these goblins, that would be definitely something good that we can work towards. But we do have at least we do have Night's Whisper, and then Thirst for Knowledge, which is going to allow us to kind of dig a little bit deeper, kind of find some answers for some of that stuff. It's going to lead off with the Darkslick Shores, that way we don't forget about it and have it come into play tapped. Let's go and tap out for Night's Whisper, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. We'll see if we get, usually when you get down Goblin Chieftain, or Goblin Chieftain, when it gives them haste, it's just absolutely brutal. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to opponent. Now, we do have 8 cards in the hand, thankfully, from Night's Whisper, so we're going to have to discard down to hand size, which is exactly where we want it. Let's go ahead and put the Massacre Worm into the graveyard. I think I like that. Well, do we want to hold on to it? Let's do this. Just in case we get to 6 mana and we want to hard cast it, let's go for New Scrap Mob. Yeah, I like that. Let's put the New Scrap Mob into the graveyard. I like that. Just in case we get into Ancient Tomb really quick. And the thing with Goblin Chieftain and Krenko, it's just nasty. They all have haste, and it gets out of hand really quick. You start making those goblins, and I'd like to be able to have access to Massacre Worm as quickly as possible instead of having to cast the Scarab God and still pay for that 4 mana activation the following turn. So just a little bit of setting up, and then we rip into Grave Titan. Let's go to get the command tower down. We've already made the land drop for the turn. Anything else that we're going to go for? I guess technically we could go for Shriek Maw. I like leaving up Shriek Maw for that Goblin Chieftain. Yeah, I like that. We're going to go and pass the turn. We have Thirst for Knowledge, so we're going to be able to draw 3 cards and discard the Grave Titan into the bin. And then if we wanted to, we can go, get rid of the Massacre Worm and see what our opponent's kind of up to. So we're going to be swinging it for 1. They do have the Stoneforge Masterwork on that creature. It's going to get +1 for each other creature that has a creature type with it. But it looks like they're having a little bit of trouble hitting their land. So let's go and go for this Thirst for Knowledge. See if we can't... there we go. Void Winter, Flooded Strand. I was going to get the Void Winter into the graveyard. And let's go and get that Grave Titan going. There we go. Opponent knows what's up now. If they had any questions as far as what we were doing, they kind of know now. Let's go and get the Ancient Tomb down. Let's go for the Scarab God. It's going to put us online for Massacre Worm next turn. I think I like that. 1, 2, 3. And it helps if one of that mana was going to be black mana. I can't believe tap all those lands and none of it's black. There we go. Go for the Scarab God, get that down, and then anything else we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. But yes, this is not a traditional Scarab God build. This is a Scarab God Reanimator build. This is... the Scarab God, it does have zombies in its title, where it says, look at the beginning of your upkeep, lose X, where X is at. Let's actually go ahead and nothing off the Scarab God, and we draw into that. Let's go and get the Swamp down. Let's go and push in for 5. Unfortunately, our opponent's stuck on 2 lanes, so they're just kind of passing the turn really quick, and don't really want to, just like beat up on them real bad. Let's go and swing it for 5, and then if they want to block with the Goblin Recruiter, they can. We actually get in spots where if they do finally hit that 3rd land for Goblin Chieftain, we can actually just go for Venser to kind of bounce it back to the hand. We don't really need to cast Massacre Worm at this point right now, and then I think that's what we're just going to go ahead and hold that up. But hopefully they hit the land drop for the turn. It's never fun playing against somebody who can't make the land drops. It makes it for not
Not for a fun video, or not for a fun match in particular, but we'll see what they can kind of get into. But yeah, so you know, you can build the Scarab God with zombies, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. In fact, you can build up a really good board state. But sometimes playing the Scarab God as a reanimator commander is a lot of fun. You get something down like Void Winnower really quick, and in fact, if we reanimate that, get that on the battlefield, they're not going to be able to cast their commander. It's going to be hard for them to deal with it being in mono red. Do we want to bring? Yeah, let's go and bring that Grave Titan back. I like that. It's going to be black, blue, and that's one of the fun things about reanimating Grave Titan is that you get those zombies on the battlefield. Grave Titan comes back as a zombie. You get that plus X. We're basically going to be able to scry 3 and then go from there. There we go. It's get the Grave Titan going. Sorry, I have comments set up on my phone and my video's going out live, or like in the last hour, and then somebody just corrected me on something that I said wrong with the hands up emoji on their face, and so that always makes me laugh, and people are like, come on, man. Come on, Jolt. Alright, but it's gonna go for Tarfire on the actual little zombie itself. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. I'd like to hold up Vince for something else a little bit more. Insidious Dreams and Intuition. Let's go and put both of those on the bottom for right now. Okay, we draw to Demon of Dark Schemes. Let's go and get the Flooded Strand down. Let's go and push it with the crew. That's going to be 9. It's going to be 11 coming across this turn. But I love the Tarfire. We'll not get an extra zombie out of you at this point right now. Let's go and push him with the crew. It's going to be get 2 more black zombies on the battlefield. Oh, just absolutely delightful. And then put our opponent down to 10 total commanded. If anything else, we're going to go past the turn. But yeah, apparently I said something wrong, and then they corrected it. But I always... everybody should be used to Jolt versus the English language now. I don't know why. Like, man, I just sit at home and play Commander online by myself. I don't interact with anybody, so nobody. There's just some cards that like I just kind of make up my own little thing. I'm like, okay, that sounds right. Let's roll with it. And then looks like our opponent might scoop it up on this. Hey, good game, man. That's always a bummer whenever opponent gets stuck on 2 lands. It's always that's never fun. That's one of the that's a bummer. That's a bummer. But anyway, we'll go and throw this video over into the scrap bin. And usually with these scrap bin videos, I kind of just ramble at the end. So, but yeah. So as far as that comment goes, it was oh, that's what it was. It's Rise the Redeemed. It's Riss, not Rise. And I remember playing against Rise when I was doing the tags. It popped in my head like, and you know that means if I'm doing the tags, I've already done the video. It popped in my head that like, man, it's not Rise the Redeemed. It's like, however you say it. Like, I always forget which one it is. But anyway, I said it wrong. Hopefully I'll remember next time. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.